Weimar Germany was the period between the end of the First World War and the rise and the takeover of the Nazi Party. The liberal climate and the freedom of expression that is granted to artists leads to amazing, innovative experiments in the arts.
It is about free thinking, it is about a different way of thinking. If you have a really narrow-minded concept of a society, you don't want to have that.
In the 1930s, this climate of artistic innovation ended with the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party.
The direction that the arts took during the Third Reich was Hitler's own ideal of art. Hitler himself was a failed artist. He had applied to the art academy in Vienna twice. He was rejected. He practiced an art that was very traditional.
Hitler's orientation towards art was, here is the norm and this is our taste and you have to follow that.
In the summer of 1937, a commission was formed that had the task of cleansing German public collections of what was labeled degenerate art.
Art which was abstract, defied social norms, was critical of the government, or possessed a so-called Jewishness, was labeled degenerate art by the Nazis.
This commission removed roughly 16,000 works from German public museums. Many of them were exhibited in one of the biggest propaganda exhibitions, the so-called Degenerate Art Exhibition. These works that were formerly kept in German museums were now ridiculed as bad works that could spoil the German people. For many people, it was the first encounter with modern art ever, and many of them bought the propaganda.
Much of the confiscated artwork was burned, lost, or sold abroad to support the Nazi war effort, which came to an end in 1945 with Germany's defeat in World War II.
The German art scene in 1945 is laying there in ashes. If we limit the freedom of artists, art easily collapses into what has been called kitsch, what has been called propaganda. Freedom of expression is one of the ingredients that makes a good artist.